Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Customer Service Champions training video. My name is Tal Schnell. I'm your customer service mentor, coach, and speaker. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some things that I've learned in being with one of the best companies in the world, if not the number one company, hospitality company, and customer service. And I'm talking about Marriott Hotels. This is not a promotional video by any means to promote any advertising or marketing. This is about, I love sharing company profiles with you, sharing maybe some leadership profile in the business of hospitality and customer service. There's always great lessons that you can take either from business leaders or the cutting edge of companies that, have done it right for Marriott, have done it right for almost 60 years. They first started out back in the 1920s, 1927 to be exact. A couple, the Marriott couple, the founder J.W. Marriott, started out a root beer stand called the Hot Shops, and it was one of those almost like an A&W that you may have seen like maybe in the History Channel, but this is one of those things that this is was back in those days. People are starting to have cars, people are starting to drive places, and they wanted to experience the new innovative style of restaurants and hospitality. So before they got into the hotels, they actually were in the restaurant business, small restaurant business. And one of the things that the founder of the company, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of things here that I think are very, very important for you, especially if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or a leader in your organization who's trying to build a hospitality customer service culture. And Marriott is known, they're one of the leading companies. If you pick up a book about culture or legacy and values, and we're going to be talking about why they're so unique. I'm going to tell you this is it comes from their customers, and I get to meet Marriott loyal customers every single day, and I can tell you if there's one common theme, it's always about great customer service, which is consistently within their family of brands. Obviously, they've grown tremendously in almost 60 years, but we're going to be sharing with you some of their blueprints for their culture. So it started out with the philosophy of J.W. Marriott. Remember that they started out small, and J.W. Marriott had this philosophy, which still holds true. It's part of their culture, and it is if you take care of your associates, if you take care of your employees, they will take care of the customers, and the customers will come back. Simple philosophy, and something that is their core foundation, their core value is really putting people first, is really understanding the power of people. So if you're a leader, you're in the people business, you continuously working with people. Anything that is success and legacy is always achieved with a group of people. It's never about that one person that is. Of course, there's always the visionary leadership, and then there's entrepreneur and someone who's driving that. But at the same time, is that you need a group of individuals who can really, really make this work every single day. So one of the things that is really important about their culture is their values. And I'm going to be sharing with you those values because their values sets a almost like a GPS system for their company. And so no matter what hotel, maybe a Marriott family of brands, no matter what hotel it is, they're really one of the early they were the early innovators of industry first hotels. And so they created the hotels that some of you may not realize back then, but they were industry first. One of the things that they did early on, they're one of the hotels and hospitality companies that created standard operating procedures because they wanted every hotel, not necessarily to be a cookie cutter, but every hotel to be delivering the excellence, delivering the service day in and day out, and to make sure that that consistency and excellence stays within the company. And that's what created an advantage, and something that they really thought. And the proof is in the pudding, as they say, because it is something that they created for a long time. So let me share with you the five values that they go talking about when they setting up their culture. This is really important from a leadership perspective, because you can't have different cultures for different hotels or different stores. You really got to make sure that the culture is set in a way that really creates vitality and prosperity within the business. So let's talk about that. I shared already one, which is putting people first is their philosophy. And what it is, it's about not necessarily just understanding people, but helping people grow and develop. One of their philosophies is wherever you work in that hotel and or a family of brands of hotels, is they want you to learn as much as possible and grow and develop. They are not looking for, when you're in their hotels, they're not looking for you to have a job. They're looking for you to develop a career, which is very different than just having a job. And that's one of the things that I think is very different today, is that we're looking at where we go and where we interact and what we do every day. We're looking at it as a job rather than a career, rather than a passion, rather something that we can grow and develop and add value to. And that's very important. If you think about your career, you want to be in a place where you're hungry to learn, you're hungry to develop as a leader, and you also want to continue with the company so that they continue to develop and train you to become the best you can be. Marriott has done that with many of their hotels because they believe their people is the most important asset, and they truly deliver on that. The next one is pursuing excellence in all you do. Pursuing excellence is what they're known for. As I mentioned to you earlier, one of the keys, I talk to Marriott guests all the time, and the consistency and the level of service is pretty good. I mean, for the most part, I mean, obviously right now, a lot of hotels are franchised, but they hold their franchise hotels to the standards that they establish early on. And we talked about standard operating procedures, but the customer service standards, they must happen on every single hotel, every single interaction with their guests. And they truly not only believe in it, but I can tell you there are many, many programs, training programs and resources for their employees to deliver that excellence. They really believe that if they give the tools and resources of excellence, that people will take those and create a competitive advantage in the marketplace, because they do want to be the best hospitality company in the world. The next one is embracing change. Change has been a common theme in the hotel business, more probably than any other industry, because there's a lot of, due to economic conditions, the environment of many different things that affect economies and industries. Our industry has been hit on many occasions. Cutting cost, mergers, acquisitions, buyout, especially in the 1980s and 90s. There's been a lot of change. It's been a very volatile environment to work in, and what you find out is many of us in the hospitality field are, we may not be in one hotel, for the rest of our career, but we constantly growing and learning. And you may encounter, it's not unusual or unheard of managers in the industry to work with a different hospitality brand in the industry, or work in a different environment. But at the same time, the hospitality concept is the same. So, but the change part of it is that they've been very adaptable to change. They've been anticipating change. And as I mentioned earlier, they're an industry first leader in creating some of that change. They started out with creating the extended stay properties such as Residency Inn, Fairfield Inn, Courtyard. They're one of the industry first to create those for a long-term stay guests. The next one is acting with integrity. This is where leadership comes in, is that you're walking the talk, you're doing the right things for your employees, for your company and team, to lead with a moral compass, if you will, having the ethical and the moral conduct that sets you with integrity, and it's really doing the right thing every time in that culture to create excellence, because people want to be around a leader who is ethical and moral and walks the talk. Credibility is important there, and creating trust. Integrity is really the key to trust. The next one is serving our world, which is all about creating a company that is values diversity, cultural diversity. Marriott is one of the companies, one of the top companies in the world that encourages diversity, and they are in almost every country. And it's amazing how in different countries they embrace the culture, the local culture. And truthfully, I've seen different videos, and it's really inspiring to see people how they bring in their cultural values into the company values, which together can create really a wonderful hospitality customer service environment for their guests. So you may be going to Europe, or you may be going to other countries or other continents, and you'll still feel the culture of the country with the culture of the company. So these are some things I wanted to share with you, but really what sets them apart from any hospitality. And again, I didn't want to talk about how many hotels they have and the growth and the expansion that they've done, obviously in the last few months, obviously. Um, but if you start thinking about it, is about setting your culture right for years and years and years. It's not easy. I know many of us are always intrigued about a company that has great culture. And I know one thing for sure, it's a lot of effort every single day. But as a leader, you have that opportunity to shape that and create an environment where people want to come into work and be part of a career. And that's one of the things that I think is missing nowadays. I think that that's where leadership comes in, is that we need to set the culture right, the environment right, and it begins with us. No matter where you work, whatever you're doing, that's what it's about. And I remember starting out in the hospitality field, one of the main reasons I wanted to be part of this is because it was something that I can stretch and grow, but also be around people. I just can't see myself not being around people and connect with people. And I think that that's very much an industry that if you like not only to grow as an individual and become a leader, but also get to know people from different cultures. And it's all about serving. And if you have the passion to serve someone and make a difference in their day, that's what hospitality is about, and it is leading to excellent customer service. So thank you so much for tuning into this training video. Please connect with us, share with us your comments and feedback on how we can add value to you, because that's our mission. And have yourself a great day. Thank you.